And once upon a time, Star Wars was the biggest IP ever created. I guess not anymore. What's up, everybody? Today I wanted to talk about Star Wars, and more specifically how Disney is failing Star Wars fans, because the fans still exist. I'm still here. I love Star Wars, but I do not love the Disney Star Wars per se, more specifically the sequel trilogy. And well, I'm pretty sure I am not alone. Just so you know, if you are one of those people that love the sequel trilogy, you love The Last Jedi, you love everything Disney is doing, good for you. I mean, that means that you have something to look forward to, and perhaps this video is not for you, because I will be criticizing Disney Star Wars, because I believe Disney definitely killed Star Wars. It killed a lot of people's enjoyment to even like talk about it. I mean, all you have to do is a quick research and you see that even the park, the theme park, Star Wars Galaxy Adventure is a flop right now, and it's being actually acknowledged by the media now that people are indeed not showing up. It's not resonating with the fans, the longtime fans, not even kids nowadays. Kids do not like Disney Star Wars. And it makes me wonder why. Well, ever since The Last Jedi came out, a lot of people, including myself, had so many videos talking about the problems, how they're killing the mythology or everything we even knew about Star Wars. It's just this weird thing I don't even recognize. And the media was making so much fun of the fans, right? Oh, the fans are this, the fans are that, the fans are not ready for change, and blah, 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 blah. But seriously, when Disney bought Star Wars, we heard, right, Kathleen Kennedy saying, oh, what is very important is for us to honor these beloved characters that George created. And how do they honor this character? Well, Leia pretty much becomes Mary Poppins, and now she can survive in space using the Force. Han completely goes back to his older self. He's again a smuggler. He abandoned Leia, and after some problems with the son, he basically a smuggler again. Like, what's the deal with that? And then he dies in a stupid way. And Luke Skywalker, oh my god, Luke Skywalker has just a very quick cameo on the first film, and then when we actually find out what's been going on with Luke Skywalker, well, it's even worse. Luke Skywalker doesn't care about anybody or anyone, not even his sister. He pretty much abandoned everybody, doesn't even want anything to do with the Force, and pretty much everything that was fun and fundamental about Star Wars is gone. It's taken away. I mean, how do you want kids to even like this? Why do you think kids are gonna, of course people want to see Marvel movies and superheroes way more than Star Wars, because even lightsaber fights, which was something that is, if you tell me lightsaber fights are not fun, I mean, I don't know what's up with you, but I mean, even that, they took it away. In this sequel trilogy, how many lightsaber fights do we have? And the one that we have, the lightsabers do not even like touch each other. So I think it's very sad. And today I was reading this article here. It says also on IMDb, it also says on MovieWeb, it also says in a bunch of articles. And this one reads, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge called a flop as Disneyland slashes employee hours. So this is actually a fact. Someone reported that wait times this summer for the new Millennium Falcon smuggler ride were expected to be over 2 hours long all summer, but in reality the lines have been average half that or less. As a result, the company has been forced to cut our hours. The need for us to work simply isn't there. Now, you cannot just put a Millennium Falcon there and expect people to just show up. It's not only about the props, it's about the characters and how people identify with these characters, and everything that was good about Star Wars, you guys pretty much killed it, I mean, let's go back and talk about The Last Jedi, for instance. The Last Jedi is a movie that, in my opinion, was what definitely broke Star Wars. I mean, the problems were already there, but I, as a fan, didn't see it. I put a blind and I said, you know what? I like The Force Awakens. There's a lot of things that really remind me of the original trilogy, so I'll give The Last Jedi a chance. But then once The Last Jedi came, that's where I really realized, wow, they really broke Star Wars, because this is just, it's unwatchable. In my opinion, I saw it once and I never want to see it again. It was like a nightmare. And no wonder kids are not being inspired. Kids are not being, they don't care about Star Wars. They don't want to watch Star Wars. Why? Because you took the fun away from the characters. And that is all because Disney Star Wars is more concerned with pandering to people that doesn't even care about sci-fi or Star Wars to begin with. Then they are concerned with storytelling. Even a good male character that was an inspiration to boys and even guys, Luke Skywalker, they managed to destroy it because the white male is so evil, we cannot have a white male hero. That is the new Disney Star Wars. And then what do they do with Rey? They transform Rey in this wooden character that doesn't even have a journey. She simply is powerful. She doesn't need to understand the Force. She doesn't need any training. Everything we ever knew from Star Wars, everything that was mysterious about Star Wars, that struggling to learn how to deal with the Force, it's not there. It's not there. Rey doesn't have any of that problems. In fact, she's lifting up mountains of rocks at the end of The Last Jedi just because she's so powerful. And it's just all of that gathering together, and you know what? You can still be in denial, but the numbers do not lie. We all heard that Solo was a major flop. Why was it a major flop? Because people are not interested in seeing a Solo film to begin with. Like, they don't want to see someone that is not Harrison Ford play a young Han Solo. Also, we already saw the young Han Solo. We know enough. There's some mysteries that are better left mysterious. And they just make this movie that no one has asked for. And instead of listening to what the fans are asking, people want to see an Obi-Wan film. Why were they not working on an Obi-Wan Kenobi film? No, they go and do Han Solo. They recast the character. But I believe what's even worse is the fact that Disney did not pay attention to the fans' complaints until now, because numbers do not lie. Toys are not selling. People are not showing up to the parks. People are not interested in the new movie that is coming out in December. I mean, I remember years ago, when I heard the new Star Wars, we're gonna have a new Star Wars film, I had goosebumps even thinking about it. Now I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna get through this film just to see how it ends. It's just like they killed the excitement. They did the original characters dirty. This sequel trilogy was supposed to be a passing of the torch film in a respectful way. That way, you would have had the original fans along with the new fans, along with the kids that grew up with Star Wars that I was introduced through my dad, still loving this new sequel trilogy. They're literally killing the brand, and it's sad. It's very sad because, like I said, once upon a time, Star Wars was the biggest IP. I don't know, but can Star Wars even go back to its glory days? It's hard to believe because, Star Wars without George Lucas is just not Star Wars. Unfortunately, when he decided to sell Star Wars and he didn't want to be involved anymore, and in fact, I don't even believe that he didn't want to be involved. I believe that Disney didn't want him to be involved because they didn't want to hear his ideas. And that was probably their biggest mistake, because Star Wars is all in George's imagination. They should have listened to him. They should have paid attention and not only try to destroy everything that he created. Because me, as a fan of Star Wars, that's how I feel when I watch the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy. It really feels like they're going out of their way to destroy every single character that George created. Luke is an uninteresting character. I mean, how many times have I talked about Mark Hamill here, how much he has shown disdain for this new Luke Skywalker. I mean, he even says, it's not my story anymore. I kind of like, whatever. But we all know that in so many interviews, we can tell that he's not happy with what they did to Luke Skywalker. And all of that is just reflecting in the box office, is reflecting on the theme park, is reflecting in people's enthusiasm for the brand. I believe the only thing that people are still talking about a little bit is The Mandalorian and also the Clone Wars. It's the only thing I actually still feel some excitement to check it out. But the new sequel trilogy, man, Rian Johnson did destroy Star Wars, you know. I mean, obviously it started with The Force Awakens, but I still think after The Force Awakens, if they haven't done the decisions they did in The Last Jedi, we wouldn't be this way, you know. Like if we had a Luke Skywalker, like a more compelling story for this beloved hero, we wouldn't be here, you know. I mean, I can even argue and say there is no Star Wars without Luke Skywalker, because after you destroyed him, look at what is happening right now, you know. I cannot even think about Star Wars without Luke Skywalker, you know. I was expecting to see the wisdom of Luke Skywalker. Like, people have been waiting for so many years to see, wow, now you're gonna see Luke Skywalker all powerful and everything that he learned all these years. And instead of giving us that, and even a reunion of the original character, no, they specifically divided all these characters. They destroyed their original arc that was already complete, just for the sake of pandering to people that don't even care about this movies, and people that are not even investing their money, and that's the end result. I mean, what can we say? So I believe that Disney really indeed killed Star Wars. I'm not sure what are they going to do about it. I don't know what J.J. Abrams is going to do about it. I heard there's some kind of reshoots and also some problems between J.J. and Kathleen Kennedy as far as the creative ideas goes. I don't know, but all I know is that The Last Jedi gave us characters that no one cares, no one resonates with, and that's why no one cares to go watch the Star Wars, you know, Adventure Park. Like, I don't even care about it, you know. And it's very weird to think, wow, I don't care to go check this park. It's weird. Anyways, now Star Wars is pretty much run by a powerful company that they see is numbers, and now that the numbers are actually not paying off, perhaps they will be paying attention, perhaps they'll be listening to the fans now, but it might be even too late, you know. The movie is definitely all done, you know, the third film. Mark Hamill said in an interview that he hinted that he's a Force ghost. I don't really think he's trolling the fans. I think he's being I think he still is showing a lot of disdain to what they did to the character. So I'm not expecting to go watch the third film and see Luke Skywalker being Luke Skywalker. I don't really know what they're gonna do. I don't really know if they can bring Star Wars back, but unfortunately that's Star Wars without George Lucas. What can we do? But anyways, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know your thoughts on Disney's Star Wars. Are you a fan of the sequel trilogy? If you are, it's totally fine. Are you with me? Do you think that Disney really killed Star Wars? Love to hear your thoughts. Have you checked out the park, Disney Star Wars Galaxy of Adventure? If you did, let me know, what do you think about it. Was it busy there? Was it really how the media is saying right now? There was a flop, not many people around. Love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.